Jared, I blame you for this. You have led me astray, and I feel as though you made me waste my money. So let's take a look at what I think is the dumbest knife purchase that I've made. Well, no, that was the TSA knives, but this comes real close. So let's turn this around and take a look at this piece of junk from above. All right, I'm upset with Jared for this because I made this purchase. I saw this on his channel. I was like, oh, it's just a new version of the Cold Steel Triple Action. This is the AGA Campolin Dragonfly. This is made in China, and this is basically, they've got it listed as a gravity knife, but it's an enclosed folder. This is basically a smaller, maybe better executed, but well, a different material, better material for the handle. Triple action that Cold Steel used to make. Here's a picture of the Cold Steel Triple Action. I'll throw that in so you can see it. They were knives that I've had, and they were just like this. They're an enclosed folder. So what you've got is you've got a piece that drops down, the blade swings out, and then you close it in on itself. And they were a lot of fun to play with. Now, the fact is this is not functional. This isn't something you can carry unless you get a pocket slip. And even in a pocket slip, I don't know if I would carry this. I'm really disappointed in my purchase, and we'll get into why. And some of it has to do with problems that they had in the original, like Cold Steel enclosed folder triple actions, and then something else with this one. So this is done in 440C, and it's all stainless. This is basically like a pinched one-piece handle with a couple pins in it. There are some bearings in there, as you can see, that are pinched in here, but this is a press fit construction. So your pivot pin is in there. There is no screw. There's one in here to allow this to swing out. This is your outer arm, and that is what locks your blade in when you've got it closed in on it like that and a hold of it. So this is a lot of fun. I do have to admit, these are a lot of fun, but I don't think they're worth what they're charging for it, and we'll get into why. But these are available on Blade HQ. They come in this nice little case, which is about the only way you're going to be able to carry it because it is so free opening that you're not going to be able to put this in a pocket. I had it in a pocket slip that I have here that came with my Yan knives. As a matter of fact, I have it here. I had this out for a reason. I did carry this in this pocket slip. The problem I have is the pocket slip's a little bit big for it. It wants to walk around, and it can start to open up a little bit like that in the slip, even though it's in there. I do have to say the action on it is very, very free. It is very easy to deploy and then close if I can. It's hard to do on camera. But I mean, it's just simply a flick of your wrist and that knife is open. It's not a badly done blade on this. You've got a nicely ground, you know, kind of drop point blade that has got this swept plunge and grind on it. It's got a nice distal taper. The spine has been crowned. There is no sharp marriage point there. There's a spot here where you can pull that down and you can manually close that like that or open it. There's a little spot to allow you to do that. Or you can just allow the action of your wrist to do it. So it's been finished really nicely. It's got kind of a Scotch-Brite finish on it. Like I said, it's been done nicely enough that it gives you a nice clean look. But there's a lot of problems with this. And we're going to start getting into them in a second. Flip side of the knife, flip side of the story. So I said that this is a lot of fun. I said it's really cool looking. The packaging on it is nice and everything. But in retrospect, I would not buy this again. It's got a lot of problems. The first and foremost, the Cold Steel Triple Action had an actual detent. There was a detent ball that like held this arm in place, and you kind of had to pinch it over. And this, it went over top of this outer scale here. So this part was on the outside, and there was a detent hole here, and there was a little ball on this, and it locked it closed. Now, did they go and start failing? Yeah, but at least you had a little bit of detent. On this, it simply just wants to fall open, which can be problematic. You wind up with this, especially if you're trying to carry this. If it's in a pocket slip, you don't put it in your pocket. As a matter of fact, I cut myself with this knife right there on my thumb, this knife in particular. It's really not a great design. It is a lot of fun. Next thing, it is slick. There is no anything on this. It gives it a cool look. It's got that Scotch-Brite finish look, but it's slick. Even with dry hands, this thing is slippery, and it just does not want to stay in your hand. The other thing, these are going to be problematic for people in some states. You know, these are still considered a federally prohibited item, even though they're not enforcing that switchblade gravity knife ban anymore. Really, they could, but states have these listed as illegal, and you know that could be a problem. But one of the biggest things with this is it's sharp everywhere. All these edges are sharp, and this leads me to my next thing. The price, this thing's expensive. I can't remember off the top of my head. Put the price here. I can't remember right off the top of my head what I paid for, but I want to say it was like 60 or 70 bucks maybe, which for a novelty item, I'm not that big with. Like, I understand the Exo gravity knife and why it was expensive. You know, it's titanium, it's quality materials and things like that. This is really expensive. And then the last thing about this, just inherent in this design, see how the edge is all dinged up and banged up already? Well, that's because you are definitely going to do this, or this, or this, or that. And while you're trying to close it, you're going to slam it into the edge. And so it didn't come sharp to begin with. It's got an edge, but you can see it's already got all kinds of nicks and dings and stuff in it. So it's not great. I've already banged into it with the tip. You can see the tip is kind of dinged up. It's just not a great knife. And this is one of those few times that I've seen something that Jared had and I wanted it and it turned out bad. I really can't recommend this knife. I think it's a crappier version. It tried to be a better version of the triple action, but wound up being a crappier version in the long run. So yeah, Jared, I blame you for this. So guys, is it a yup or a nah? I don't think it's worth it. There's other knives like this that other people have put out and made and designed that are better. If you can find one of the old school cold steel ones, they were really, really nice. I would advise pocket slip for those as well, but they were a lot of fun. This, I don't think, like, if you can prove that, if you can show that it's an enclosed folder, I don't think you'll have the legal problems that you would with like the Exo gravity knife, which is very obviously a gravity knife. But there's a lot of places where a wrist flick knife, especially like Canada right there, that's going to fail. So, you know, oh, I did it again. So just, I really can't recommend this knife. And I wish I hadn't spent the money on it. It's probably going to wind up being something that sits on a shelf and just gets put in a compilation video of knives I would never buy again. So guys, that's it on this one. Save your money. Let's turn this around and do some final thoughts. Send you out about your day. Yeah. Is it fun? Yeah, this thing is fun. It's not functional. It's not useful. It's definitely more expensive than it should be. It's made in some crappy materials. The fun factor of it does not equal up to the price factor of it. So sometimes, like everybody says about cars, sometimes it's not about miles per gallon, it's about smiles per gallon. This just really doesn't have it where it counts. And I'm probably going to get rid of it soon. I may see if there's anybody who wants to do a video about it and not have to buy one. Save your money. It's kind of worthless. So with that being said, guys, go tell Jared how badly how upset I am with him at the moment. And I will see you guys next time. There's all kinds of ways to support the channel. There's links down below. Coffee Brand Coffee Tempered Trail. There's 10% discount built into those links. Coffee Brand Coffee has supported this channel for a very long time. No longer a sponsor, but definitely something I recommend. And I can still save you money on it. I've got a bunch of affiliate links down below. You can use those for shopping. Speaking of discounts, the coupon code crazysharp will save you 40% of any stock that's left at Beyond EDC Knives, 10% at Rosecraft Blades, 10% at Fair and Forge Knife Works, and 10% at KATSU Knives, who are making my first folding knife for me. I've also got an Amazon store down below. There's a membership down below. Check those out. Use the Amazon store for any Amazon shopping you're going to do. Guys, that's it on this one. I love y'all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in what's hopefully a better video.